Hey, everybody. Welcome to Making Connections. It's your girl, Aly. I hope everybody's having an amazing day. It's still beautiful weather right now. I know it's supposed to shift, at least in our neck of the woods, but it's beautiful still today. I hope you enjoyed your weekend. Can y'all believe this is the final Monday in October? So, I hope you guys are going to be safe this next couple of days. Kids out and about. I know some are out over the weekend. So, I hope everybody's safe and has a great time. So, just a couple announcements. Don't forget that your girl will be on the red carpet, the Lord's will, on this Friday, November the 3rd. It is the movie premiere of Office Secrets, and so I'm excited. We've interviewed different members of the cast in the past, one this summer and one maybe a month or so ago, so it hadn't been too long. So I'm excited to actually meet these ladies and gents in person. So there are two movie premieres, one November 3rd, which is going to be in Charlotte, and it's going to be at the Red Door, at the Stage Door Theater at Blumenthal Performing Arts. So that's the Stage Door Theater at Blumenthal Performing Arts. But you can go to jcilegacy.com. I think Alan might have a banner there, jcilegacy.com, in order to get your tickets for both events. So all the links are there. So, and like I said, they are having two premieres. One is November 3rd in Charlotte, which is the one I will be attending. And then November 19th, which is in Greensboro. And we start on Friday, November 3rd at 7 p.m. Get your tickets now. All the VIP tickets have been sold out, so I would get them sooner than later. Also, we have going on. What else we got going on? Where else we're going to be? November the 11th, we'll be at the Black Girl Expo in Charlotte. So, that's Black Girl Expo book release. It's going to be a fashion show, a hair show. It's going to be all kinds of stuff going on that day. And that you can get your tickets for that at herfiretour.com. It will be again November the 11th, starting at 10 a.m. And we're going to be at the Courtyard in Charlotte on Woodlawn Road. So that's the Courtyard in Charlotte, Woodlawn Road. Tickets are very reasonable for both of these events, for the magnitude of the things that you're going to experience at the events. One is 35, one is 20 or 25. But listen, get your tickets. It's going to be great. I think all of us are going to be wearing yellow. So if you want to wear yellow, come on out for the Black Girl Expo, November the 11th. And then the ladies who are part of that anthology are they pushing this weekend. I think today is the last day to become best-selling author. So I think, Alan, you have a link for that as well. It's an Amazon link. You can go and pre-order your Kindle version of the book. It's only $2.99. And so, and then it will be released to you. Again, it's a pre-order, so it will be released to you on November the 11th. But that is the Kindle version for $2.99. Again, the date is October 30th, and so today is the last day. So if you're seeing this some other time and you go on the link and it's not $2.99, that's why. So just want to throw that out there. But support these authors. They have done an amazing job at their chapters. I think there is a book and then there is a workbook. So yeah, so we'll make sure those links are also in the description of the video. And if you want to support your girl by buying a book, just hit me up. We'll talk about that. You can do it through Zelle, Cash App, or a PayPal link. So so I got a chapter in there, and so I'll definitely be there, and I'll be presenting. I have a table. You can come by and see me and hang out, talk to me. So those are some exciting things. And then December the 2nd, I think that's our last event for the year. We're going to be at Hope for All Gala, Winterland Gala. Go to their website, Hope for All of Charlotte. hopeforallcharlotte.org. That's hopeforallcharlotte.org. And that gala is on December 2nd. Listen, Hope for All is always in the community. They give out hygiene kits, they give out blankets, socks. They're also doing collecting donations for the insulated cups. And so, whatever you want to give for that. So, when the homeless are traveling throughout the day, whatever their beverage is can either stay hot or cold for at least 12 hours. It's thick and it's insulated, and it's not like a regular cup you would get from a fast food restaurant that would crush. So they are doing stuff like that. And this gala is their major event of the year that helps them go throughout the year and be able to do the things that they need to do. So even if you can't make these events, but you want to contribute, you want to be a sponsor, you want to, just support, all the websites are there. You can reach out and find out what you need to do. If you have questions, inbox me. I'll get you in touch with who you need to see or who you need to talk to and we can get any questions you might have answered. So I wanted to do all of that before we got started. And I believe, let me check. Our guest, I think, is here. And so we know that it is Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and it's also Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I haven't talked too much this month about domestic violence, but we cover that pretty much all year through. And so, if you are suffering with that, because love shouldn't hurt, sometimes, it does in different ways, but it shouldn't be abusive. It shouldn't be physical pain where you're threatened and scared. So, if you need some resources, I can't say that I know that fully. I've experienced it on different levels, but not been the one who's abused. So I don't know the proper steps, but I do know a lot of people who can help you. So definitely tune in to that, or reach out to me if you need assistance with that. Also, it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. So, I have family members who have dealt with that. And so I definitely want to just remind you all of these things throughout the year. Be mindful, check yourself, get regular checks, start your mammograms at the time that you need to. Sometimes the doctors say wait till a certain age, but if you have genetics or history, talk to your doctor and ask them if you can get checked early. Check with your insurance. I know that's an issue as well, but listen, do what you need to do to make sure that you are okay. And again, like we said on Saturday, this is not just women, but it's men have breast cancer. So the first person I ever knew had cancer was a classmate in like fourth grade, I think it was. And that was like the first time I'd ever really, been faced with cancer. So, but since then, several members, like I said, in my family. But listen, do everything that you can to make sure that you are okay. I think the guest might be coming in pretty soon. She was just saying that she was trying to log in. Miss Jakina, she's been on the show this month, and she's introduced us to several other ladies, and we've seen some footage from where they were at an event and they were walking across the Golden Gate Bridge. I don't remember what the name of the bridge is, but when she comes in, we'll ask her. But it was the event, and we were able to see those ladies enjoying themselves and supporting one another. So we're going to take a quick break. We're going to go ahead and run a commercial for actually SIBN, which is the platform that we're on. And Alan, who does all the magic behind the scenes, is doing a workshop. It's this Saturday, November the 4th, and it's going to be at 8 p.m. And take a look at this video, and we'll talk a little bit more about that in just one moment. just 1 second, everybody. Um, so that workshop is about having a show. You can have a show, you can develop a station, making connections. Started as a radio show, and then we went to the TV platform, and then we became a station. So, we're trying to build up our station. And so we have, like the food show review, we do Fourth Mondays, motivation, inspiration, so different things like that. So, different ways of making money through broadcasting. Online broadcasting is just another way of being able to get your message out. And I know you can go on live and do a Facebook Live or something like that, but unless you have millions of followers, you have to build up your following. And so, but this is one way to do it because, your Facebook Live goes to your 200,000, 1,500, 5,000 friends. But on this platform, we are aired and broadcasted to 180 countries. So I have seen, the people from Nigeria, Switzerland, where were we at? Great Britain, somewhere I can't remember now, but so that's exciting because people will inbox you and tell you they enjoy the show and stuff. So it's really cool. So if you're interested in how you can make money through broadcasting, being online, getting your story out there, getting your product and your services in front of more eyes, you want to attend this workshop. So the early bird special is, like you saw, $100 until through today. No, through tomorrow. It is $100. Then after on November 1st, it goes up to 135. The day of the recording is 140. Or, and again, it is a virtual workshop, or you can get the recordings. Like if you're not available, you can get the recordings for $75. So the number was there to register, or you can email allanchafins@gmail.com. That's ALLANCHAFINS.com. And Alan, if you have a banner there for the number, you can put that up, as we go throughout the show. All right. So let me check one more time. If the guest is here, you can bring her on. She's somewhere out there. She can hear me talking. So until Jakina comes on, I just, I'm excited. There's the registration number 336-937-1891 for the workshop. It is November the 4th at 8 p.m. And you can call that number to register. You can email allanchafins@gmail.com. And like I said, if you're not going to be there, you're not able to be there live, you can get the recordings. So there you go, allanchafins@gmail.com. So I just think, every organization should have an online platform. I know we have websites and stuff like that, but I think it's good that people see your face, they hear your voice, they learn more about, what you care about. And, so other organizations will see you, and maybe you can link up with other organizations. It's just so many perks. And there's so many ways of making money from it. And Alan has been doing this for 13, 15 years. So he's got a lot of experience. So definitely tune in. Let's see. Y'all hear my stomach? Can y'all hear my stomach growling? Hold on. Okay. I'm still looking for Jakina, but it's all good. Let's see what else we got going on. Another way, we're going to see a commercial also from ITU, which is Independent Trading University. And so this is another way. Listen, we in 2023 have to think out of the box. We have to find more ways of making money. I mean, you can still work your job, but build something on the side. But I don't like those jobs that take me away from my house, that I have to go stand on my feet. I have to lift stuff 50 pounds and over, you know, it tears your body down. I'm talking about things you can do from home. I'm talking about things you can do from the beach. You can book travel, you can sell insurance. These are some of the things that I do. I book travel. I book, I talk to people about having insurance coverage to make sure that their income is protected in case something happens to them. I mean, we don't want to think about death, but death is part of life. And so we have to prepare our family and our loved ones so that if something happens to us, I mean, my parents are older than me, but these days people are going before their parents. And so I have everything in place in case if something happens to me, my mom doesn't have to worry about the creditors calling her and asking for money and, taking from her. I There's enough in the policy to make sure that she's covered, that the bills are covered, that she can bury me without going in her own pocket, and she doesn't have to do a GoFundMe or anything like that. It's just time to invest. And there's Edgar and I talked about a little bit about it on Saturday. It's time to know where to invest and how to invest your money. It's cool to live life and to be, fly by the seat of your pants. But you know what? You can live life and have fun, but make sure everything is taken care of as well. So back to independent trading university, they teach you how to read the charts, how to read the market, how to, look at know when the news is coming out about the markets, what websites to go to that are trustworthy, how to see how other companies are moving stocks and bonds and forex trading, Bitcoin, and all that kind of stuff. So I'm new to the game. I'm just, observing and learning. But it's a cool environment, again, just for the fundamentals part and how to know when you hear this announcement, what that means, or, know when to look to see if mortgage rates are going to increase or if they're going to stay the same, if inflation or interest rates are going up. It's really a lot of good information. It can help you to be able to retire better, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to run that commercial real quick for ITU, and then we'll be back, and hopefully Jakina will be with us then.
Hello, wonderful listeners of Making Connections with Aly. I have something truly special to share with you today. Have you ever dreamt of financial success and didn't know where to start? Look no further than Independent Trading University. At ITU, we offer a diverse range of courses, from Forex basics to advanced technicals, along with comprehensive fundamentals education, mindset coaching, health and wellness guidance, plus stock and crypto trading strategies. That's right. Everything you need for a well-rounded trading journey, all in one place. Our mission is clear, helping you make extra income by learning the art of trading. Join us today at solo.to/independent trading and take advantage of an exclusive pre-sale. $50 for undergrad students looking to trade part-time, and just $75 for career traders ready to dive in full-time. With ITU, you'll master the art of making consistent income from the markets. This is your chance to start building a brighter financial future. Are you ready to transform your trading game and take control of your financial future? Look no further than Independent Trading University, your one-stop destination for comprehensive Forex education and so much more. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced trader, we've got you covered. We believe in a holistic approach to trading success. Gain a deep understanding of market fundamentals, master your mindset, and prioritize your well-being. We're here to support your growth every step of the way. And let's not forget about stocks and crypto. Discover exciting opportunities and learn strategies to make extra income. The best part? We're running a limited time pre-sale for new students. Don't miss out on this incredible opportunity to gain the skills, knowledge, and support you need to succeed. Ready to make connections with your financial future? Visit our website at solo.to/independent trading to secure your spot in our pre-sale today.
Hey, I should have my glasses on. Y'all see me squinting. So that is Independent Trading University. Let me tell you, these people, they got it going on. They're making money and they want to teach us how to make money. Set up our families for financial freedom and independence. They all do have other jobs, but it's not because they have to work their other job. It's because they enjoy what they do. But they're also, some of them are looking at the charts every day. Some decide what they're going to trade or move by the announcements that are made about inflation, interest rates, and all those things. Some do it simply by the charts. And so they just teach you a lot of good stuff. But they do have a Facebook group that you can join, kind of get acclimated to the community and to the atmosphere. And like they said, they're having a $50 special, if you're just want to know more about it. But if you want to be like a career trader and go for the go, their special is $75. So definitely, I'll put the link in the video description of the video. And if you're interested, make sure you tell them that you saw them on or heard about them on Making Connections show. Okay. So Alan, if the guest is here, can bring her in. Woohoo!
Hello, hello, hello.
How are you?
Tired from this very long car ride, but
I know. I was like, poor thing. She got to jump right on as soon as she get in the house.
yes, literally, I had 5 minutes to throw some makeup on real quick.
How was your trip?
the trip was a little adventure.
Oh,
Um,
can't wait to hear about this.
yes, so
Well,
um,
offline, I'll call you.
yeah, it will definitely be one that it will be. I have to have this conversation offline.
Well, it's good to see you again. You still look
yes.
beautiful, and I know you're just in the road, but I can't tell it. You don't look like what you've been through, girl.
Yeah, and was in the hospital for a couple days while in Miami.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Apparently, I was unresponsive for 10 minutes for twice in an hour.
No way. Okay. Well, we are really glad to see you. That makes it even more, special to be having this conversation with you today.
Absolutely, I said I
Well,
would not miss it.
wow. Oh, Jakina. Well, listen, we came to tell the people about you, honey. You are the strong will survivor. You hear me?
I just say over and over, God is good. By the grace of God, I'm still here. All that I've survived and lived through and endured, and I'm still having a smile on my face. There's days that I cried just recently in Miami, really upset being in that hospital,
Yeah.
but on the other side, I'm so grateful for life. I'm grateful that I'm able to be here to celebrate the gift of life. There's no more precious gift than the gift of life.
And Jakina, this is I know because we both be crying, so and it's okay. But there are so many people who are committing suicide.
right.
So many people who don't see the hope in it.
Right.
How are you able to, everything you've been through, you know, how are you able to be like, man, today is a beautiful day. I love life and there's nothing better.
So, I mean, I'm very transparent. Anybody that knows me, that follows me, I'm very transparent. I tell the good, the bad, the ugly, the great, all of it. And mental health, is a big thing in our community, and it does not get talked about enough. My mission has always been to educate, to advocate, and to celebrate life. But a part of my educating part is how cancer and other chronic illnesses affect you mentally, spiritually, emotionally, physically, financially. So you cannot help one or treat one without treating the others. So, and like you said, in our community, there's a lot of people that are giving up, losing hope. There's days that, I've cried out myself to God and like, God, I just don't understand. Why do you keep sparing my life to allow me to experience so much hardship? I'm tired, but I do believe that it's my faith. My foundation has always been in God. So even, when I have faith as small as a mustard seed,
Mhm.
it's still, I'm holding on to that little bit of faith. Even when, I just lay and I just cry. There's days I can't get out of bed. Days I feel like I don't fit in. Days anywhere. After days I feel like people don't understand. You
Mm,
know, this is this is not a one day thing or one treatment thing. People think that, oh, you have cancer, you go get some treatment, you go have a surgery, and you're good. This is not. This is 365 days we are living with this. There's a side effect to everything, a side effect to a side effect.
mm,
And so with me, um, I try my hardest to surround myself with love, people that show me love, people that genuinely love me and want the best for me. I try my hardest to look for some type of positive, some type of sun ray into my terrible storm. Again, this has been a 9-year battle. October 27th was the date. It marked the 9 years of the day I got the phone call at 7:30 in the morning that said, "Ma'am, your results are in and you have cancer."
mm. And they
So
told
this
you over the
9-year
phone?
battle has been a hill, a mountain, a roller coaster, all of it. But again, I'm still standing. And I say again, by the grace of God, I'm still here.
Mm. Wow, they told you that over the phone?
Over the phone, a phone call.
Whew.
And the crazy part about it is, the more I started telling my story, the more I started finding out that several people get phone calls. This is not uncommon.
Wow.
It is not uncommon to get a phone call to get your results over the phone. You would think that it'd be like, oh no, call
Can
you,
you
hey,
come
look,
in?
come in, let's
Yeah.
discuss this. Sometimes it gets, the humanization part of it gets left behind.
Mm.
Actually, in the car ride with two other fellow survivors, actually Beth, that was on with you,
Oh, yeah.
she actually drove from Virginia to pick up another survivor in North Carolina, to drive then to me in Georgia. Then we drove all the way to Miami.
Oh, wow.
So, and now she just dropped me off. They're going to get a hotel for the night and
Mm.
then drop off the other survivor in North Carolina. And then she's going to go back to Virginia.
Oh,
And
wow.
that right there is strength. She's not only a breast cancer survivor as well, but she's just recently was diagnosed with melanoma. So,
Mhm.
this right here is, it's a long journey, long healing battle that we fight each and every day. And mentally, you have to stay prayed up. You have to stay on your knees. You have to continue to trust in, my thing, I trust in God. I'm a Christian. Other people trust in their higher power, and I don't knock that.
Right.
But for me, it has been my faith and it's been my son. Like, I will tell you, my baby boy, he's graduating this December from Liberty University. I'm
Yeah.
extremely proud of him. He's had 19 plus credits since freshman year on Dean's List every semester.
Oh, wow.
And with him going to Liberty University, it's a Christian college. So he already went to a Christian high school, and his walk with God, in some ways, I feel it's even stronger than mine.
Mhm.
When days that I just like, look, I can't get this, he'll be like, "Mommy, you got this. Mom, remember, all that God has brought you through." He'll quote a scripture, or he'll go in prayer, and it's like he just told me he just finished the fast because he wanted to know a direction that God is going to take him on. He is totally changing his major and going into a nursing program for masters. His
Mhm.
thing is like, you know what? Yes, what I'm doing, I love, but how am I serving others? He
Mm.
says, I feel that God took me on this journey to watch my mom go through all that she went through, so that way I can see firsthand what it's like. He said, I was not able to help my mom because I was a young child, but I'm able to go and help other people being an adult. That is my service to God. And when he said that, I said, okay, God, I get it. We don't know why we go through these hardships and all the times that I've cried out asking why we go through these hardships. But there's someone watching. There's someone that's getting uplifted, encouraged, someone that's seeing this. And for me, that someone was my son.
Mm,
It might be others. Again, if I can just help one person, help them be educated, more aware. I wish I was braver back then. I wish I did
mhm.
my research more back then. I wish I knew more, even though I was a child of a cancer survivor, child family members having that. And yes, I advocated a lot, but there was a lot that I did not know.
Right.
And so now that I know and I'm learning more, then I feel that my gift to God is me helping others to know and to be educated and to be aware. Awareness isn't a color or a ribbon. Awareness is knowing your body. Awareness is getting help. Awareness is we are still dying each and every day. How are we going to stop someone else from being diagnosed? How are we going to stop that man, that woman, that child from dying?
Mm. Whew, listen, wow, and but I do appreciate you, Beth, Christy, all of you sharing your stories because, like you said, I mean, sometimes you just trying to get through to hearing the diagnosis.
Right,
And like we have talked about before, sometimes you're not very good at doing research or you don't know where to look or maybe you don't understand what you're reading and sometimes it might make you even more scared so you don't want to read it. But
right,
like you said, getting the information and then presenting the information to others and having a round table or
right,
talking to your doctor, asking those hard questions
right.
is really what we have to do, right?
Right. When I go to, oftentimes people will call me and say, "Hey, my so and so is losing hope," or "My so and so was just diagnosed. Would you go? I don't know if you're in the area, but can you go into the hospital and sit with them?" And first
Mhm.
thing I do is, I'm not going to impose myself on anybody. Hey, this person has to be okay with me coming. Make sure that they're okay,
Right.
because sometimes when I'm in the hospital, I don't want to be bothered. I just want to, I just want to process what is going on with me. But then there's some certain times that it's like, look, I don't want to be in this alone. I
Mhm.
want to be around someone. I want to hear from someone that's giving me some type of positive, giving me some type of, what? I'm real with people when they come in. I'm like, look, this is what I know, this is what I've experienced, but I'm also telling them, look, these are the resources. You have the resources. Now you do your own research because everybody is different. What may work for me may not work for you. What
Right.
may work for the next person, even your family member. What may have worked for my mom ended up having been able to use her stomach to make her a new breast. Me, I didn't have that option. It was either flat or implant
Mm.
because of all my other illnesses that I had when I was hit by an 18-wheeler truck. I could not have, that type of reconstruction.
Right.
So my job is not to tell somebody what to do or what not to do. My job is to make sure that they are informed what at the resources and have the there's so many people that don't know where to go for the resources.
Right.
Even I, this past week going on this retreat, you know, someone said, "Oh, do you know about this place? They pay $50 towards your rent." And I'm like, "Oh, no. Okay, now that's a good resource that I'm going to look into so
Right.
that way I can go and share with other people." Because again, it's all good when people invite us to galas. We like getting dressed up and dolled up and all of that, but we go home and we're still suffering. We're still struggling to pay our medical bills. We're still struggling to pay our car notes. We're still struggling to get the gas to go to the doctor's appointments. We're still struggling with the co-pays. We're still struggling with all of that. So at the end of the day, yes, we didn't spend all this money just to get to go to these galas. And sometimes we come back in debt because it was that one moment. But you know what? Sometimes we look at it as, look, it's a one moment to celebrate with others like me.
Right, right.
It's one moment to get our mind off of what we're going through, out of the four walls of our home. So I again, I'm not knocking the gateless, because again, they're amazing and we appreciate them. But I believe we need to be able to do more.
Mm,
And more is that educating, more is helping with finances, more is connecting.
mm,
You have to have a community to to have your support. Without a community, that mental health, that mental stability creeps in. Well, instability, excuse me, creeps in.
and I used to, and I've said it on the air before, I used to think I was a lone island. I was like, I can do it myself. I can, but I have really found out that I need other people,
Right.
and maybe sometimes, I might have tried to connect with one person, it didn't work, but I had to keep going until I found that tribe, those people that I believed in and they believed in me and they really wanted the best for me.
The
Because,
worst thing is feeling that you don't belong.
mm,
And I mean, I'm crying now because on our road back, I kind of had that feeling about a situation. And when you find people that genuinely love you for you, you need to hold on to them and treasure them.
mhm,
And Beth is actually one of those people for me. I met her a year ago, and when I say she's been awesome. Just as much as I've been a friend to her, she's been a friend to me. Um, and it's hard. It's really hard to fit in.
right.
It's really hard, especially, for me, some people don't like that I'm so vocal and transparent in what I share. But,
Yeah, I saw
I
that.
still believe that it's about helping others. So if I have to be transparent, if I have to walk on this journey, climb this mountain alone, because sometimes I feel I am climbing this mountain alone.
Mhm.
If I have to help one other person not suffer the pain that I've been suffering, then I guess, my purpose here on earth is meant to be.
Right. Oh, I know. I saw your post about where some people think you, like you said, share too much, show too much. But listen, they don't realize on the other side what you're doing for the people who are going through the same thing you're going through. Those people who didn't know about breast implant poisoning and different things like that, and you know, didn't know that they had the option just to be flat. I
Right.
mean, everything that you're sharing is for somebody. And we know that everybody is not for us. Everybody's
Right.
not going to watch Making Connection TV. Everybody's
Right.
going to tune into the Strong Will Survivor journey.
Right. Right.
And that's okay. Maybe they don't need it now, but one day,
Right.
at least they'll be like, oh, you know what? I know somebody who is
Right.
telling their story.
Right.
Because you never know in this life what what's around your corner.
Exactly. Exactly.
So we just have
In a blink of an eye, your life can
to.
change in that blink.
Hmm.
I would have never thought that I would leave work and headed home, headed to take my brother, drop him off at his very first duty station,
Hmm.
and ended up in a car accident where an 18-wheeler truck hit me. And he said, "Oh, I didn't see you." I wouldn't have never thought that in the blink of eye that, here we're in Japan loving life and my body is just not feeling right. Wouldn't have never thought I would come to the States and have to fight again. And so I'm fighting now in two different countries, Japan and US, trying to get doctors to do the necessary tests to find out what's wrong with me. It wasn't until 2 months later, October 7th, was when I first had my first mammogram here in the States after I've been fighting. October 17th is when I had the biopsy. October 27th is when I got the phone call that said you have cancer. December 1st is the date that I had my bilateral mastectomy. So, in a blink of an eye, my life changed. I was this bubbly, vibrant personality woman that now needed other people, that relied on other people to help me just to survive, just to breathe, just to live, just to walk, just to wash up, just to bathe.
Yeah.
In a blink of an eye, we never know when our life can change. I'm a strong believer that you love on the people that love you. You tell them each and every day. You show them the same love that you would want, you give to others, because you never know when it's your last day or it's when their last day.
Hmm. Wow. Listen, I mean, I'm going through my head. I'm like, gosh, is there anybody I need to apologize? But sometimes we hold on to stuff that is really insignificant.
Exactly.
And I think hearing stories like this reminds us, let go of that stuff.
Right. Right.
Life is too short. We don't know when the end is gonna be. And so let's live, let's experience life, let's, be adventurous. I know sometimes, even you just said, I wish I was braver back then.
Right.
And sometimes it just takes some people a little bit longer to get to that stage.
Exactly.
But, hopefully by hearing this story, hopefully they'll be braver sooner.
Exactly. That's where the part where, I say the mission is to educate. We get that down. To advocate. I'm going to Richmond. I'm going to Washington. I'm sitting talking to I used to talk to our senators and lobby for these different bills. So that's where the advocacy for is. Like, I'm not just advocating for me. I'm advocating for others. I want to make sure that some way my voice is heard, that they are knowing that we are dying and we are in need of certain things. So that's where the advocacy part comes. But then you have to end with the celebrating the gift of life. I wasn't celebrating these last couple years. I was merely existing. I wasn't living life.
Hmm.
I'm here in Georgia and I don't know anybody. If you're not a doctor or a nurse, I don't know you.
Hmm.
And it was like I was so cramped up and caught up into my storm, into the fact of I'm hurting each and every day. I'm in pain every day.
Hmm.
There's days I can't even get out of bed.
Right.
So it was, in some way, a woe is me. Like, you know what? I'm over this. I'm just gonna stay here. I'm not gonna go out. I'm not gonna do this. Again, I was just merely surviving.
Hmm.
But where is the living part?
Right.
Colorado last year, the doctors told me not to go. I bought my ticket and I went by myself all the way to Colorado to meet 100 women on the flattest mountain. And that was the start of my healing journey.
Wow.
That was the start of me being brave, me taking my life back, me starting to live. And I promised myself that after Colorado, I would not be just merely surviving, that I would be living. So, what did I do? I then took another trip. What did I do? I took another trip. And people's looking at me like, how are you affording taking these trips? Well, first of all, I'm a travel agent, so, I can get some discounts.
Right.
But secondly, I have some wonderful sponsors that have sponsored me. People that have showed me so much love that says, look, you know what? On this journey, I want to help you out. And that I am thankful for.
Yeah.
I'm thankful for their kindness. I'm thankful for, again, God's grace, His mercy, and His love for me.
Mm.
So now I'm going to continue to live. I'm going to continue to go back to the why. Why did we start Strong Willed Survivor in the first place? Why did we start Beyond the Scars in the first place? So, yes, many years ago, we started in 2016, or sorry, 2015, we started a Celebration of Life conference. That's when we held our first one. It came from the idea of my baby boy wanting to help other children like him. So he created the first Kids Fund Day for cancer survivor children in Hampton Roads, Virginia. My thing was like, look, if this baby, he's my baby, whether he was a preteen or not, but if this baby can want to help somebody else, why am I sitting here having this pity party? My background is education and social work. So you know what? We're going to put some awareness on this. We're going to put some education on this. And then we hosted our very first Celebration of Life conference. That we continued to do this for years. We continued to do retreats, and we had the beach houses in Virginia Beach that we would rent on the military side beach houses. And we would bring speakers to come, massage therapists to come. We would make a whole weekend out of it where they're with survivors and their families. My thing is the family. It's not just one person that's suffering. I don't just go through this. I'm not just dealing with this. My sons dealt with this. Even my ex-husband dealt with this. My brothers dealt with this. My mother, my father, now that it's deceased, dealt with this. This is our family. So families together go through that mental, mental blow is basically what I call it. Mental explosion. I think that's what they called it the other day. Because it is, you're exploding all of this stuff, and it's a mental overload. You're
Yeah.
like, okay, I got to be doing this, and this. I have to do this research and do that research. It becomes so overwhelming. I remember getting a big bag like this, huge bag, full of paperwork. The first day that I went into, after I got the phone call, then they scheduled the appointment for me to come in, and the doctor gave me this bag, and it had all types of pamphlets and everything in it. And I'm like, okay, I'm trying to process what I just heard.
Right.
I'm trying to process how I'm going to be a mom. I'm trying to process how I'm going to be a wife. I'm going to process if I'm going to even be here tomorrow. And you want me to read all this paper? That's a lot. So for everything that our organization, our why, was about the families. So everything we did, every conference we had, every retreat we had was healing of the families. So, okay, yes, I'm going to go back to my why, and we are going to start, which we started a few months ago, and we kind of, introduced it, which is See the Beauty Retreats and Getaways. And that is for survivors of chronic illness, not just cancer, chronic illness survivors and their families. We're going to start hosting these retreats beginning next year. So look out for that. But again, the healing comes when the family as a whole is healed. The healing comes when you're not just treating the physical body, but the mental, the spiritual, and the emotional needs as well.
Right. All I can say is amen. I mean, because that's the truth of the matter, because it's new to everyone,
Okay.
and you don't really know what to say. You don't know. I mean, it's even like when somebody passed away, you never know what to say. Oh, I'm
Right.
praying for you. Is that enough?
Right. Right.
Or should I pray right here? Should I
Right.
not say I'm praying? Should I be coddling them, or do they not want to be
Right.
coddled?
Do I reach
It's a
out? Do I
whole,
not reach out?
yeah, it's
Do
a
I
whole
bring
thing.
food? Do I send flowers? All of that goes through your mind. You
Yeah.
know, my father just passed in June. Um, it was a huge blow. I was on my way to him. And actually the coroner said the time of death was the time that I landed in Pennsylvania.
Oh wow.
We found him. He was a lung cancer survivor that had one lung, and a coronary artery disease survivor. And he had been falling, and he ended up falling, hitting his head on his bedpost, and he passed away. My uncle, who's 70 years old, autistic, he didn't know any better. He got up, got himself dressed, said goodbye to my dad, and kept going. But he knew the surprise. He knew I was coming in town. I told him, don't tell daddy, but I'm coming in.
Mm.
And he was looking for me to come in. When he, with autism, they have to keep the routine. So he
Right.
gets up, he goes to go eat at his restaurant. I called and like, hey, where you at? He says, I'm finishing up, I'm on my way. And we go into the apartment. He opens up the door. I went last because my thing is like, look, that's a male. I'm his my biological dad. I'm his only child. So it's like, I don't know if he's fully dressed or not. So I let
Right.
my uncle and my oldest son go in first. And my oldest son, I love him dearly because he protected me from seeing my father in that state. And when I saw my oldest son take the step and freeze, I started walking. And he says, Mommy, please go to the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm not thinking that he was deceased. I'm thinking that, oh, hey, maybe he, went to the bathroom on himself or something like that, as older people do. Um, so I stayed there for a minute, but I noticed my son was not moving. So I knew immediately something was wrong. So I started walking and he turned around with his eyes like literally bloodshot red.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me the keys to the car and said, please just go to the car. And I said, is it that bad? He says, yes, Mommy, it's that bad. And I still was in denial, didn't want to think that, it was him being deceased. But in
Mm-hmm.
my heart, I knew something was wrong. By the time I got off the elevator, the first fire truck came. I didn't even get to the car before the fire truck and the ambulance came. Then other medical um, personnel came. And so I said to the one guy, I said, I know, you can't give me the exact person's PII, but if I give you, the apartment, would you be able to confirm is that's where you're going? And I gave him the apartment number, and he says, yes, ma'am, we have an order for a deceased male.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how I was told.
Wow.
And with that, mental stability, mental health, um, it hit me hard. It hit me hard. I talked to my dad 7, 8 times a day.
Wow.
Him and my uncle used to argue over each other, over me, and be like, "No, we share her." My uncle used to say, he's. Then it'd be like, my dad would call me like, "You better talk to that boy," or my uncle would call me like, "Your daddy's doing."
Right.
So I mean, I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
I miss that.
Mm-hmm.
So I ended up having my third heart attack.
Wow.
Um, but I do believe that my dad and God sent me an angel. When they called the ambulance, they took me to one hospital. That hospital confirmed I was having a heart attack, prepped me, all of that. But then they said, look, we have to send you by ambulance to another hospital because we don't have a cath lab.
Mm-hmm.
So then they sent me to the other hospital with cath lab, straight to the cath lab to have surgery on my heart. But the angel was my dad's heart surgeon, was the same man that did surgery on my heart.
Mm-hmm.
What are the odds out of all the surgeons in that
Right.
hospital that
Right.
he would be right there at that very moment to do the procedure on me? And when he said, I wasn't able to save your dad, but I'm going to do my best to save you. I went in there with my heart pumping at 20%. I left out of there with my heart pumping at 50.
Praise God for that. Wow.
Sorry.
You're fine. You're fine. Whew. I'm over here. I'm just like, don't start, don't. Listen. Oh my gosh, that is amazing. That.
I like I said, some people say, oh, our medical professionals are just here making money off of us, this and that. I do believe that our medical professionals are a gift from God.
Yeah.
They are sent here to help us, to guide us, even though they don't know it all, because they're still learning as well.
Yeah, things have
And that's where we have to make sure that we are being our own advocates,
right.
that we are learning, that we are educating ourselves.
And also,
Nobody knew about breast implant illness. I didn't have a clue.
mm-hmm.
Didn't know. But then when you go and I heard something about it and you look at these symptoms and I'm like, oh my Lord, I have every last one of these symptoms on this checklist and nobody's listening. Finally, I got doctors that did the test and said, oh no, it's more than a coincidence
Right.
that once you got these implants in, your health has declined tremendously. So we're going to send you to this specialist, this specialist, this specialist. And they all agreed.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had to have emergency surgery to take them out. And I will say a year later, I feel a lot better. I do. I feel a lot better.
Hallelujah for that.
No, although I still have some more hills to climb
Right.
concerning my health, but I do feel like a weight has been lifted off my shoulders from those implants. So, yes, I'm going to continue. Beth and I are going to start something new coming up, because she too has had breast implant illness.
Mm-hmm.
But we are going to start something new, and it's more so talking to those in our community that currently have implants,
Mm-hmm.
those in our community that have suffered with breast implant illness. We want to make sure we give them a platform to share, to help educate, to advocate. There's so many organizations now that are talking about flat, and I love it because they're promoting body positivity.
Right.
I wasn't brave enough to take off my shirt last. It wasn't brave enough. I didn't want to show my husband my scars, now ex-husband, but I didn't want to show him my scars. I didn't want to show any other man my scars.
Right.
But here I'm empowered enough to take my shirt off in front of the world. Our picture was on the Times Square, in a billboard in Times Square at New York Fashion Week.
Yes.
That right there was like, okay, well, you know what? If I wasn't on board, I guess I'm on board now.
Yes, Times Square. That's where you have to be. I love it.
That's I was like, oh wow, okay.
We're here now, y'all.
So it's like, all right, you know what? I'm gonna keep pushing forward.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put it out there. I just did another photo shoot that I cannot wait to share, with the Warrior Project. And I'm excited about that one. Super, super excited. I had fun with it. I showed you guys a little sneak peek of the makeup when I was in San Francisco of
Yeah.
what I had. But I'm super excited about that. I've been asked to do a couple more things. So when I just say God is good, God is good. I have breath in my body.
Right.
I'm still alive. 9 years. 9 years later, I'm still alive.
Mm.
Where I shouldn't have made it to see my 38th birthday. And here I sit, I'm past my 46th birthday. Living, breathing, walking miracle is all I can say. I know I am. I am the strong willed survivor for a reason.
Mm.
God gave me that name. I literally woke up in the middle of the night and was like, actually, after the book that you and I were in,
Mm-hmm.
that night I woke up and it was like that name just came to me from that night.
Really?
And I knew for a fact it was from God.
Wow.
Because I was like, I don't understand. I don't know what we're going to call. And then it was like Strong Will Survivor. Everybody kept saying, you're the strongest person I know. You're the strongest person I know. And that's how Strong Will Survivor name came about.
Mm. And it's appropriate.
Yeah,
Oh,
I would say, like, you look at back and some things don't fit, but you know what? This one fits. It's
it
like, look
does.
here.
Mm,
I've survived some things that should have took me out. I've coded several times now, but I truly believe I'm here because God wants me to be here.
right, right. Whew, listen. See, we're still not at the end. We've had 3 conversations this
I
month.
know.
There's still so much to talk about.
I
You
know.
know, because I mean, I was just even thinking about when you're talking about, your son going in, or being respectful of your dad, even when you're in that situation. Maybe it's your mom, or you're a female and it's your dad going through, and you're like, I don't know what to do. I mean, I don't want them to feel uncomfortable with me seeing them, with them maybe using the bathroom on themselves and things like that. And it's so much that you have to
Right,
think about. And you have to talk to them, be like, okay, listen, this is where we are. You
right,
need help, and I'm here to help you.
right.
So let me do that.
And see, with me, I lived in a different state than my biological father. And, one thing, but again, we talked 7, 8 times a day.
Hmm.
He was a big help for me because he had lung cancer, because he had heart disease. He's been around for years and, and had these different medication, and he would say, okay, well, ask them about this medication, or if they put me on a certain medication.
Hmm.
He's like, okay, I was on that, so make sure you eat with this before this, or make sure you do this before this. I mean, he was very knowledgeable on that type of things and making sure that I stayed up on that. But then dementia that started creeping in,
Hmm.
and what am I to do when I'm in the hospitals down here and I'm sick and I'm his only child and there's no one up there?
Right.
That right there was hard. That was rough. That
Right.
was that was a lot. And so my thing to him was, please tell me what you want me to do. What
Mm.
are your wishes?
Right.
If something is to happen to you, what would you want me to do with you? But he also took care of my autistic uncle. So it was like, what do you want me to do? I'm sorry.
No, you're
What do
fine.
you want me to do with him?
Yeah. I mean,
And so we had
it's
those
stuff to think about. Yeah.
conversations. And his thing was like, look, I don't want a funeral. He was that private person anyway. He's like, I don't want a funeral. I want to be cremated. He said he's like, light a fire underneath me and go and sprinkle my ashes. He said, you could save some of me and, do me right. You can make me some jewelry. You could make me, like, he would
Oh,
laugh, and, his dry humor about that.
right.
And then he was like, then I want you to take me to Michigan. And because he used to live in Michigan, with his brother that also passed of heart disease.
Mhm.
And he also, my dad was a musician, and he taught my cousins how to play the guitar. Um,
Mm.
I have one of his guitars right here.
Mhm.
Um, but he wanted us to go out on a boat and them to play something for him as I
Mhm.
spread his ashes. And we have not done that yet because my uncle was not ready for it. Every time, I kept asking or I mentioned Michigan, he's like, nope, not yet. And I
Mhm.
didn't want to push him, and I'm not going to do it without him.
Right, right.
So I have his ashes here. It's funny because I didn't even, how people get the traditional urns. I wanted something that will represent him. So I got an iron with a amplifier and a bass guitar.
Oh, yes. Nice.
And when I say that
Yeah.
is him, that is him.
Mhm.
That is him. And family members, they were upset with me because I didn't give him a funeral. But I did his wishes.
That part.
I followed out what he wanted.
Right.
I did to the T, and we are still planning. So next year, we're going to go and we're going to do his memorial on and do it like he wanted. But again, mentally, my uncle was not ready. Emotionally, I was not ready.
Right.
But there's no time limit on when you can do that. You
Right.
can honor your loved one whenever. That's why I believe you need to give your flowers to those that you love while they are still here.
Mm.
Because at the end of the day, when
Mm.
they go into that ground, or they get cremated, or however they choose to live their final days, and we're all telling them that we love them, they're not hearing that.
Right.
We have a program on Beyond the Scars called the Ultimate Love Experience, giving them flowers while they're still here. So we what we do is we partner with different different business owners, and we provide a love experience for survivors. We've sent survivor to a football game, a
Mm.
professional football game. We've sent survivors to had a limo come pick them up and dress all fancy and
Oh,
take them to a dinner on the water and a professional photo shoot.
sweet.
We've done several things that are just loving on them, showing them how much they are loved, where
Mm.
people can nominate their survivor, um, someone that has gone through a chronic illness. And then our team goes and votes on it. And, we follow through on the surprise. Some, the survivors don't know, some of the survivors do. We've actually even had a survivor nominate herself, which that's all fine too, because you know
Yeah.
what? If we don't love us, who's going to love us?
Right. Right. I hear
So
you.
I'm all about self love.
Oh, that's cool.
So, that program we implemented 2 years ago. And I'm so thankful for our team. Our team, we have a great team in Virginia as well, is where we started. I have a photographer, Jason Charles with Jay's Creation, who has been with me since 2016.
Mm-hmm.
And anytime I tell him like, hey, we have this survivor, he's like, yep, I'm there. And he'll call off of work to go and do for free a photo shoot with these survivors. I have a limousine car, what is it? A luxury car service,
Mm-hmm.
MEEC Luxury Ventures with Exum Lee. Um, Anytime I've called, he's like, "Yep, I'm there." A
Mm-hmm.
black owned car service, and they have come, picked up the survivors. The last one they took to a retreat in or a resort in Williamsburg. Picked her
Wow.
up, picked her up. She didn't have a clue and took and drove her there. Jason Charles, was there and captured the whole moments, photographing and videos and all of that.
Oh, wow.
So, I
That's
mean,
sweet.
when I say God has truly blessed us to be a blessing to others, this is what I believe I was created for. This is what I believe I was here for. I
Mm-hmm.
was a child of a survivor, or am a child of a survivor. I'm a child of butterflies. I'm now a survivor. I have children that has walked the same journey that I walked when I was young with my mom
Mm-hmm.
and with other family members. So God took me on this journey so that way I can give back and help others. That I know how it feels, truly understand, because I've walked this walk. So
Mm-hmm.
let me help you walk this together. Let's do this together because we can't do it alone. I
Right.
need you and you need me.
Mm-hmm. Well, Shakina, I'm so enjoying the conversation. I forgot to look at the time.
Yes, I know. I said the
But
time. When we get on and
listen,
we have
I know
these connecting conversations, they just flow and
they do.
naturally, and the time goes. But I'm glad that I was able to jump on after this long car ride from
Yeah.
Miami.
Well, I
And
want you to make sure you tell everybody how they can follow you before you go, because I know you're ready to go take a little
absolutely. I'm
rest.
gonna take a shower and go lay down. But you can follow me at Jakina Denise on Facebook, or Strong Willed Survivor, Beyond the Scars on any of the other platforms. We do have a See the Beauty page coming up for on YouTube, so that way you can go and look at that. We're going to start sharing on YouTube within the next couple weeks, but feel free to always follow us on Facebook or Instagram at Strong Will Survivor. Send me an email at strongwillsurvivor@gmail.com if you want to nominate your survivor friend or family member for an ultimate love experience. And we also have our Holiday Bundle of Blessings program that is coming up, where we partner with licensed chefs, caterers, uh, restaurant owners to provide a fully cooked holiday meal to survivor or butterfly families for the Christmas holiday.
Hmm.
Um, thank you, Allie. I love you much, my sister.
Yes.
Thank you for listening to me, for allowing me to share my story, allowing me to educate, allowing me to advocate, and showing others that we all need to celebrate the gift of life.
Absolutely. I appreciate you. I love you. I love you. I love you. And we will talk soon.
Yes,
But listen, y'all definitely go follow her on Instagram, all those pages. When the YouTube comes live, we'll let you know so you can subscribe. And so definitely, keep in touch. And if you do have somebody who's a survivor or somebody who's going through something, or you just don't know what to say to your loved
right.
one, you can reach out to them and be like, I need help on how to approach the conversation. So, she's here in so many aspects, and her team is awesome. So, definitely, they are who you want to reach out to. So, Jakina, love you. You guys know we are Facebook. We are making connections with Allie. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen, I'm excited because I've been asking help me get to 1,000 followers before the end of the year, and the numbers are rising. We were at like 698 when we started. I looked today, we're like 756. So I'm
Yay!
excited. Listen, y'all, we just got a little bit more to go, and I'm excited, and I think it's gonna happen. So make sure you subscribe, you follow us. And that's because stories like this, we want it to flip the algorithm so that more people can see these videos, more people can hear this information, because this story is a story that needs to be told more and more and spread in more places to help people, because there's so many people that we don't know. Just like Christy said, her group went to what, like 800 or 8,000.
Yep, yep,
There are people out here who need this information.
yes,
So that's why we're asking. But listen, again, we're here every Saturday at 12 noon, every Monday at 2 p.m., and you can catch a fun rerun on Thursdays at 7 p.m. So turn on your notifications so you know when we go live. And Jakina, I love you. I
yes.
got to say it one more time. I love you, love you, love
Love you, my
you.
sister.
I love all our supporters, and we got to run. But as always, until next time, we're leaving you with love, positivity, and good vibes. Have a great day, everybody.